So, should we start?
Yes.
Okay. I think this problem is pretty common for many teenagers, right? And I'm pretty sure you will have this some problem. So I'm going to talk about people live with parents after get married. I choose this topic because now I'm 25, turning 26, and probably I will get married after 2 years later. So, um, yeah. Um, how should I say? So most people in my age have this problem. Should they move out? Should they live with their parents? There's two kind of family: nuclear family and extended family. So, kinship family. What do you mean? You live, yeah, you live with your parents, and it's a multi generation living. So let's pretend if you were this guy, and you are 30 years old. You have been working for 5 years. You have two kids, and now you have to make a decision to move out or not, to live with your parents or not. So
You already have two kids?
What? You already have
just
to-
pretend.
Just
No, no,
pretend.
no.
Imagine.
Okay, if you or me, 25 years old, and you will get married 2 years
that's
later,
right.
or you were this guy, he is 30 years old, and he has two kids, so
Still living with his parents? Yeah.
he
Or no?
still live with parents. So now he have to make a decision to move out or not, to live their own or not. Just pretend.
Depends on the person.
Yeah, it's depend.
If you are-
I know, but I think that I can take that decision before I have my two children.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
After you have the two children, it's like it's not very good to move out of course. You know, they're used to it.
So let's see what's the problem. So first of all, of course, we have to think about the financial problem. And most people who graduate from college or office worker, they don't have enough money. They don't have enough money to live their own. So what should I say? If you look at the statistics in the United States or my country or your country, you will see most people who are 25 years old people, they still living at home. Why? Because they don't have enough money. But you can think about that from an emotional perspective standpoint. Emotionally, I want to get out of my home. I don't want to live with my parents because I want to be independent. But from a logical perspective, it's not gonna happen. It's hard to live our own. So we don't have enough capital. We don't have enough money because we know life is so expensive. We have to spend money. We have to pay everything, like transportation, gas, electric, rental, baby care product, insurance, tuition, food, phone bill. So many things we have to pay. So logically, it makes sense to live with parents to save to save every single penny you have and put it into your saving account, and until when you're ready you can move out. So what do you think if you don't have enough money to live your own, especially for me, 25 years old, and I just have been working for 1 year, just 1 year. I don't have enough money. So what do you think? Is it a problem? Should I stay at home, or you can say I can choose to decide on something from an emotional perspective. I just want to get out of here. Then I when I was a college student, my mother support me, so I lived in apartment for 5 years, live on my own, in around school, near the school. So it's really nice to live without parents. So do you
Why?
why? Because
Yeah, it is.
my
Yeah.
life is no rules, just your own rule to live your own. So what do you think? Is it a problem? It, yeah,
Actually,
logically.
I lived without my whole family for like about a year
Mhm.
in Saudi Arabia, and my family was like in another country. It was first of all, it depends on the country you're in. So for me, it was a little bit hard to go out by myself or like get everything. And then also in our culture, it's mostly like the men who have to focus about like getting money or like moving out. And like mostly, but these people do not move out until like they want to like be married or engaged, right?
Mhm.
So it's different. And then women would probably, until like she get married, she will move out with her husband. So it's different about moving out. So it's how to say this, like I don't know. Imagine you're like 30 something, but then you still didn't get married. You will be still living in the house.
Mhm.
But then you could make your own money. You could, if you want to move out, you could move out. It's not a big deal. It just the
Mm.
culture.
The culture.
So I think that if you are single, it's
Yeah.
not it's no problem to live with your family, even because you need to help with some bills because you are single. But if you want to get married, so you need to save money before get married, and after that you need to live apart from your family.
How about if you were newlywed, you just get married for your first year. So is it okay for you to move out, or you have to stay at home?
But I well, that's happened very often in my country that before you think to get married, you need to save money.
Yeah.
So for to start your new life, right?
Yeah.
So, but sometimes a couple who recently get married, they can live with their parents just for 1 year to save money for the down payment, and after that they leave, but without children. But also
Mm.
you have like a help with your wife and also your husband if they are working together.
So you
they
mean
have money.
maybe you save some money, then you move out, right?
Exactly.
And I think when you move out, and you will save nothing. After you move out, you will save no money. You will stuck there for a long time. You will, for example, this guy, 30 years, and already have some money. Then after that, after maybe 2 years, 3 years, his money just running out.
But you're still working. You're going to still earn money.
But we know that those, it's depend on your income, right?
Exactly, but you are going to waste to spend money depend of your
Depend on your salary.
yeah.
So for most people, housing right now it is so expensive, and other
I
thing,
know,
yeah.
But before you can take a house, before you buy a house, you need to save money. Also, you're going to have your work.
So I would say that emotionally, I want to move out, but logically, I have to stay at home.
Yeah.
Also, if you get married, you need to have your privacy with your husband. With
Mhm.
your
Actually, to add on the privacy thing, I think in China right now, if you buy a house, you will never own the house. Like you buy it, you own the house only for 70 years, and then the house would go back to like the government, and somebody would buy it again. Like it's like nothing that like the actual people own. You know what I mean? We wanted to buy a house, but then they told us you only will own it for like 70 years. So we were like, okay. So it's not like we can, come back over and over. So people prefer to rent most of the time because they will be able to move from one area to another than like, you know, this. And then renting is just so high if you want to be in like a good area or something like that, you know.
Okay, let's talk about another point. So if you live with your parents, it has less responsibility, which means you don't have to take care of your baby for a long time, all the time. You don't. You don't. You don't have.
Parents.
Yeah.
Restriction.
And you don't have to do a lot of housework because for adults to share housework, some people go grocery outlet buy some food, some people do laundry or clean house, etc. And so you have more time, you have more free time. Sometimes when you want to hang out with your friend, and your parents can help you to keep an eye on your kid, right? So you must have more time. Parents kind of caregiver for free, right?
True, but then some parents can tell you, okay, I will take care of your kid, but hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandparents
So-
is gonna be grandparents. They have a house.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't want that your sister or your son pay for care of your grandchild.
Mm,
So,
Some.
but some parents take advantage for their grandparents because they say, oh, I want to go outside, I want to do my stuff. You can take my children, but they don't do nothing. So that is very often in my country that young people who have child, they have their children with their grandparents, and they need to care for everything that the grandchildren need. So,
They pay them?
yeah. So that is the problem in my country. Because they have children younger when they are younger, so they take some advantage from the grandparents.
Well, sometimes they want to do career and they spend enough with their children because they think they're safe with their parents. But the children you have is your children, not your mother and your
Yeah.
father's children. Like my cousin, who's like 6 years old, he has a heartbeat problem, and their parents didn't take care of the children. Their
Ah.
parents take care of children.
So-
They raised them.
You mean about education? The next one I want to talk about better education. So, as you said, most children, their relationship between them and their grandparents is closer than parents, right? So it's a problem. Sometimes children, they always keep some secrets in their mind. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what kind of trouble they made. So it's hard for parents to teach them, to educate them. But children always tell their problem for grandparents because they know their grandparents won't punish them. It's kind of spoiled. I know it's kind of spoiled, but sometimes it's opportunity to know what's their problem from your parents. So I think live with parents can also help you to teach children, maybe better than you live your own. What do you think?
I think grandparents are too soft teaching. Yeah, that's true.
They spoiled them.
I spent two years with my grandmother.
Raise your voice, please. Raise your voice.
Raise your voice.
I spent 2 years with my grandmother. Man, I was super spoiled.
Was
punishment,
heaven,
no punishment. You could do anything you want.
Mm.
No, like, don't do that, no. They're too soft, I think.
You were the king.
You know what?
You were the king.
I was literally the king. And she told me,
2 years
Dad,
in heaven.
She called me dad. I was like the dad. No rule. Like I was like
No rule.
No rule. No, I think
So
it's
when
better
your
to
parents
do
say
it.
no, you run for
was shocked. I mean, this is difference, you know. That was. It's better to leave your parents sometimes for education. You go to your grandparents for holidays. Yeah, you can give. I think you should go give your children to your parents for holidays. They spend 3 months with them in the summer. Yeah, you are free. You take free time. You say, oh, I'm done with these children. 3 months, then they come back and you rest them. Just holidays with grandparents. Then abuse of grandparents. You have to rest. They are old. You have to just take a breath and then you.
لا لا بس أنا بدك يعني
No,
How would
it's
you
fine.
guys do?
No, it's fine.
حنية
It's fine.
No,
حفاظ
I mean, how many people here have children? Yeah, how would you?
You? Do you have?
How would you guys
Do you
react to
have?
this?
Well, I'm gonna talk about myself. I think it's depends on the family. For example, I have 5 brothers,
Yeah.
and 4 of us,
a lot.
including me, have kids. So my mother have 8 grandchildren. It's a lot. So how can
It's a lot.
how can she take care of all of this?
I mean,
So if you are a lonely child,
I mean,
you can live with
general.
your family. Yeah, so no one can live. I can't live
Yeah.
with my parents' house, and all my brothers the same. And it depends on the family. If you're a lonely child, you can live with your parents, even after getting married. It's okay. But if you have 3, 4 brothers, it's difficult.
Okay.
Like we, my mom was still working after 3 children after us. Like we are 6 siblings and 3 are big and 3 are little big. The oldest one is 9 years old. So after them, my mom was still working, but we don't live with my grandmother. But we gave the children to my grandmother to take care of them. She did it for free. And you don't have to leave it. We were living close.
Mm-hmm.
With car, you can give them.
But
Living
he's
together is
talking
something
about.
else.
I would like to agree. He's talking about the expenses. Like if
Yeah.
you are not like able to.
Yeah, and I don't say I'm just additional to like you don't have to leave your parents like to take care of children, like because living together is something else. Like yeah, they they separate like you have to do other things. They separate that, but you're like if you're 5 person for a family, but if your grandparents come, you are like 7 person. You need all the food. You need more responsibility in the home, like you're one person. Something else like this. And there's no privacy.
Also, like your parents are like getting older. You want to give them time to relax. You're the one who wants to serve them, not you don't want them to serve you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's
You
not
need
gonna
them, yeah.
continue like that. It's like a balance. You know, they're taking care of you until you grow up. They educated you. They gave you what you needed, and then right now you're the one who's returning the favor.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you're just making them happy by showing your grandchildren to them. You know, it's not like
It's unfair.
take care of
Take care of them. Yeah, I agree.
Interrupt, please.
Yeah, we aren't supposed to be using those phrases today, so.
Yeah,
Remember
we-
that.
And also,
I
everybody's supposed to
remembered.
speak. There are people who've not spoken yet. I don't understand that. We're 20 minutes into the class. You've got to take the initiative. Or if someone hasn't spoken, somebody who is speaking again and again, invite another person to speak, okay? Those are our conversational skills.
But
We're
I
practicing.
just interrupted.
So let's talk about cons.
I
Wait a minute,
interrupt.
there is a point.
Like this is weird. That's part of taking care because in Brazil you have maids like nannies. So my grandparents they actually bought like a lot of video games and stuff. So we actually go to their house
For fun.
like for like
video games.
like how's it called?
Fun.
Blackmailing us into going into their house. Like only my grandmother house has the latest video games and stuff like that. Just so you go there. It's so weird because Brazil, like, my parents didn't need my grandparents, so they're free to do whatever they want. But I lived in my grandparents' house for 2 years, but it was like when I was 1, because our house were building, then we lived alone, and we only visit them on weekends and stuff.
So you are talking about cons. If you live with your parents, you have to follow their rule, which means your night's life is over. even though they take care of your babies, but for example, when I go to the when people go to the nightclub until midnight, and their parents will call them, "Hey, honey, your babies are sleeping. Have fun." So I will wait for you until you come back. So you have to follow their rule.
But if you don't come, who's gonna take care of the baby? Like you have a baby and you're at the nightclub at some hour, what time?
They just yell you. You just
They're giving money, but if you don't have parents, no one will take care of your children. You don't go to nightclub because having a baby is really big responsibility. You have to take care of all the time.
no, I mean just sometimes maybe sometimes you wanna hang out with your friend.
Yeah, but
Not not until night, until maybe before dinner. But your parents don't want you do like this.
Parents need to have day off. That is true.
So if you live your own and your husband can take care of your baby, so just today you can hang out with your friend. But if you live with your parents, even though your husband said okay, but it's not okay for your parents. Sometimes it's happened, I think.
Depends whose roof it is. Don't you agree, Papa? It depends whose roof it is.
And not only just like this, and you can't stay up late, you can't wake up late. You have to you have to eat meals in the regular time, like a military camp, right? So
Also, you need to clean the mess of your children.
yeah,
You don't need to wait that your mother.
yeah, you have to do that. You have to do that. So
my grandmother, like, if there is a cup there, this house is so dirty, I can't stand it. She's like that. Okay, grandma.
so you must have some conflict and tensions, pressure. So especially your wife with your mother, they
Yeah.
always fight. I don't know why those two women they always think about how to dominate this family. They want.
You know, the women, what happened to women is like she wants like, you know, that perfection. Well, like the parent, the dad is like trying to afford everything and trying to make sometimes things lean or it could be otherwise. However, when it comes to two women in one household
Uh-huh.
and you like who is demanding the children to do what,
Yeah.
it's really tough. When the mom is saying like, oh, they have to do this, the grandmother would be like, no, it's my house, so they go under my rules. You know. It happens all the time. I mean, like, even in drama.
So I think that's why the husband always had headache.
If you live with wife's house, like then after that the grandfather having pressure on the group. Like
It's
if
like
Mary
marriage
lives with her
to
wife in their house, then grandfather says, "Oh, this is my house. When I say it's the rule."
Yeah, that when things escalate, so it goes to the grandfather.
You said you can stay with parents. That, if I heard really well, that's then only for
Totally agree.
the parents, the guy parents.
Mhm.
Or do you mean you can give also to the woman's parents or?
Also, but the pressure will translate to transfer to husband. The pressure.
No, I mean, can you? Is it only to live in the? Let's say you guys have a wife.
Uh-huh.
Can you live in your wife's parents' house? Like you go there, you move to the parents.
Oh, you mean for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Can you?
I can.
Possible?
It's
You
mostly
feel,
going to
I mean,
the fathers, right?
Yeah, mostly it's traditional.
There's people.
But it's really interesting if it's like the other way around.
So that consent, that question concerns only men, not women. Question, because we are the one who.
No, if your wife live with your parents, she must under pressure, and if you live with their parents, the pressure is on you.
Yeah, I thought that.
So it's the same situation.
But I've never had a man who can live in his house, parents' house.
Uh-huh. So you know, so when you get married,
getting married.
your wife, if she live with you, with your parents, she is the new member in your family. She doesn't know any rule in your family, so she must have some pressure, stress,
Yeah.
tension. So so it's counts. And another one, no private space and different lifestyle. So when you work very hard during in a whole week, and on the weekend you just want to sleep,
Relax.
you just want to relax, you just want to have fun, wake up. You don't want to wake up earlier, and you want to stand up. You want to be a couch potato, just watch TV, watch baseball game, TV show. But you have to, if you live with your parent, you have to cope with them. You have to maybe go hiking with them. It's always happened for in Asian family. I don't know why elderly they always like hiking.
Hiking?
It's like they're tired of wasting their time.
It's good for health, I know.
They take care of their children, and then when it comes to their after, they just want to relax, see the nature.
So it's not really it's uncomfortable to stay at home with parents, especially in the living room. And even though you sleep a lot and you can't like a Cinderella, just stay at your bedroom whole day, it's not gonna happen.
Because you need to go on groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to go somewhere. You have to cope with your parents. So is it happen in your family? Your
Yes.
Can I add something? Like in my family, we go my grandfather's like my father's father. My father's mother has died, so he lives alone in countryside. We go there for just 1 week, and he don't like us, I guess. Yeah.
but now we are talking about the situation is like
Yeah, sometimes I said like, sometimes parents doesn't want their children to live with them. Really, he can't stand us just 1 week. Because we are a lot of people, you know. Like 8
You're
people.
6, right?
Six
Six.
siblings, like my
Six.
mom and my father, and sometimes my uncle's family comes with us because we want to spend
Oh,
time
man.
together. So
I see.
he's like, I
That's
want
very
silent in my silent house, and do not touch anything. He's like that.
So get a hotel.
But it's not that like,
expensive.
It's not like that country. Like he is
Ah.
countryside, and we go there to see him, like to help him because he lives alone whole year. You know, actually he needs us, but he doesn't want us because sometimes elderly people are.
Maybe you are going to destroy the place.
No,
This is
actually
very elegant.
we have a farm, and we don't hazelnuts farm.
Hazelnuts.
Yeah, we are like workers in hazelnut farm. So we go there, we pick up hazelnuts for him, and it's really hard.
It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, but this is my house.
Actually, whatever you said is just so true. I remember because there's once where all 4 of us, my dad sort of put us in a boarding school and
Mhm.
left us. And then like it was the other way around where all of them were together and I have to live by myself. When I lived by myself, it was like I ate whenever I wanted. I did everything whenever I wanted. And then when it came to weekend, I would just take one day like studying, and the other day I'm just like all the time in bed. But then when my parents came back and I had to move back with them, it was just like sudden like wait a second, this is not supposed to go this way, you know? Like, oh come on, we're gonna go get the groceries, we're gonna make dinner together, we have to eat at this time, we have to, you know, talk, have a family gathering, and stuff like that. So it just felt a little bit of,
Yeah.
you know.
Maybe not a little much better.
But you are talking about, for now you are adults. You can live your own. You have the ability to live your own.
Of course, I would try to live
So,
alone.
I want to ask you about if you were this guy,
Yes.
2 kids, just one, 2 baby, just 1 or 2 years old, and if you were him, would you live with your parents?
Depends. It depends.
For
Is it
most
rich?
people,
Is it rich or not? Huh?
Let's let some people talk whoever.
yeah.
Depends. Is it rich
Enrique,
or not?
no, you don't understand me. Like I speak and nobody listens to me, okay? Don't speak right now, let her speak. Look around the room, I'm just saying, look around the room, she's like shaking her head, so she obviously has something to say. That's all I'm saying, it's just give her a chance.
Okay.
You'll have plenty of chances, and you've had a lot. Go ahead. Please.
For you,
Sorry.
for you.
No, no, it's fine.
Okay, in my opinion, couples who decide to get married, you have to think about they are ready to get married or not. They have a lot of steps before they get married because they should have or should save money before they get married because I think this is problem to live with parents.
It's a
because-
problem to
yeah.
live with parents.
Yeah. Yeah. In my country,
Sometimes.
many divorce. The reason why people divorce because they get
Eh.
with parents. So I think they should have money before they get married.
True.
To prevent
Ah.
this.
I agree. That's what I'm asking. It depends if he has money or not, right?
Yeah.
If he has
Yeah.
no money, then he does
So,
nothing to do. But
I think
What do you think, Us? I mean,
Fatima.
Fatima.
I think children, if they live with grandparents, they lose the relation with their real parents.
Why do you
They
think
spend
that?
all the time with their grandparents?
So you think if the grandparents raise them, that they won't respect their parents?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. That was a good point. What do you think, Laura?
I think the problem is when you move with your parents and you don't have plans to move out to your own house. And if you make a family, you know. But I don't see the problem if you have your own house and your parents come to live in your house. You know, they can do whatever they want. They don't.
Oh, I got it. But the problem is you don't have money to buy a house.
I'm talking if I have money.
If I have
Simple.
$1,000,000.
You don't have money, do not even try to have kids.
yeah.
Don't get married. Don't get married if you don't have money. Why?
You have to plan children. It's
But
not
then,
something you just go
you know,
on
some people believe in that.
You have to plan everything right
If I
before.
don't marry in this certain time.
You know that I will get enough money to raise them so I can. And it's a two. That's a lot. That means.
One, it's okay, but two children, you need to think about.
What?
Like 2 accidents.
That's
That's
2 accidents. You can't say that.
No, 1 children can be an accident. What I'm saying, 2 children is like, come on.
Family planification, right? What do you think?
I'm curious about what Saeed thinks.
Ouch. Well,
After your opinion,
Ladies
They're
first.
like bouncing back and forth.
Come on, give me some
I
feedback.
said Saeed.
For me, I like to stay with my parents' house.
Uh-huh.
This
Good,
is my
and
opinion.
tell us why. This is great. A lot of the world lives this way. Go ahead. Can you explain that to us? This is very traditional. This is normal. So talk about it. Yeah, what are
It's
the
my-
reasons?
it's different on the culture. In my country, there's a lot of people who live with their parents for a long time. Yeah, because we have a big houses and there is a privacy. Sometimes families they have a building contains of 2 apartments or 3. That's it. So for me, I prefer that.
And can you address any of the things they've said about they think it's a huge problem living with your parents? Can you explain why it's not or how you see it? What's your perspective?
Which kind of problem?
So your mother treats your wife very well. So that's why you want to stay with them.
What I mean, in my country, we live in same building, different apartments, not in the same, like here, the same
But you
house,
have
small
your
house.
own
and-
space.
Yeah, you have your own
So-
space. It's like the first floor,
First floor for
your
parents,
parents.
for example.
You're on the second floor.
Different
with
living
the-
room.
Yeah, different.
Ah.
It's like
That is
apartments.
different.
There is a privacy.
And I want to add that Jose, I would prefer to invite my fathers to come to my house and they stay there, rather than they stay alone in their house.
Yeah, but it's what we want from my grandpa's father, but he doesn't want.
She doesn't wanna come.
He doesn't want to come.
Why would
What's
you
that?
rather have that? Could you tell us more about that? Why would you rather have your parents with you than alone?
Because, well, in my case, because my family has a big house. Yeah, there was space for them.
In your country, is it easy to live your own when you are 25 years old, 30 years old?
Think your own. Maybe if you want to get a little apartment, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
you can.
cheaper one.
Yeah, but you have to have a big loans of 17 years, a loan of 17 years. So
You need to buy a house. I mean, you can rent in pretty cheap. Rent's not that expensive, at least in Brazil. It offers more apartments. I'm pretty sure it's more cheaper than Taiwan.
How much?
I have no idea.
In the United States, we pretty much kick our kids out pretty young.
Oh, really?
Before they get married.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you're 18, go out. Go out to the
18,
yeah.
18, you're gone. 17.
Yeah, you go.
What is
I
the
left
re-
home at 17.
What is the reasons behind? What are the reasons behind?
You want them to be independent.
This is a country of immigrants. Most immigrants are very independent, and we cultivate independence. We encourage independence. We want our kids to be independent. We want them to stand on their own feet. So they get a job, usually when they're in high school, part-time job, and we want them to leave for college. We don't want them to stay in town and go to the local whatever. All my friends, they could have gone to college in Chicago, like everybody left Chicago. That's what we train our kids to do, to be independent, to be on the, because we think there's a whole big world out there. We think that they know what we taught them. They know what we have here. Go out and see some other ideas, go out and see some other things. Go to California, I moved to California, I lived there for like 6 years. I moved to Taiwan, I was in Germany. And my parents always encouraged that. There was no crying at the airport, nothing like that. No, they're like, this is great, you're young, you have an adventure, you can live in Europe, you can, oh my God, you can live in Asia for almost 3 years. This is fantastic. You know what my dad said when I came back from Taiwan? He said, I think it's great that you speak Chinese. You know what I mean? It's like, we never thought of speaking Chinese when I was a child. That's what my father said. He grew up in Chicago, you know? So there's that, it's just a really different, like, want that. Want the kids to go out.
How about after they get married?
They will be even more
After they get
independent,
married,
like, duh.
After
You can get married if you are not.
you want them come back? Do you want them come back?
Well, you know, it depends, right? So typically, if you're retired and you have enough income, which most of the people I know do, they'll go visit them. So they'll go for a week to California. You know, so it's nice to have kids in different places.
Oh, I
actually.
got it.
Because then you can go visit different cities and you can stay with them and you can see the grandchildren. Of course, most grandparents want the grandchildren closer. Most of them, not all of them. They'd like to be able to see them more often. So yes, it's a disadvantage, right, later when they have children. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. But a lot of people, they're okay with it because they have their life. Like the senior, like when people are retired, people older, they have their friends. They have a lot you can do in America. You're not like left. You're not lost. You know what I mean? There's so much you can do. There's trips with friends. People go to the museum. They go to the airport. You know, they do all. They travel, right? So then they visit. When they get really like fragile, then oftentimes very common they will move near their grandchildren. Near. Sometimes they move in.
I got it.
Sometimes they don't. Depends on if you can that,
different house is fine.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes they have less kids, but oftentimes they'll move close. Because, yeah, when you're like 85,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you need to be close to somebody. Well, you don't have to be, but it's good.
So you're not worried about being alone?
No, not at all.
I saw many old people here that they are in their cars alone. They have to move their baggage alone.
Yeah, yeah, I agree
It's
with
like
you.
really scary in my view.
No, no, I agree.
So
It's definitely not an
That's the consequence.
It's a consequence, absolutely. It's a
It's like how you
consequence.
see it, right? Because in my country, when the child was like 18, the parents like, you know, try to have that, you know, I have to keep my eye even wider and like take care of the child.
When they're 18.
When you're like 18, and then it's like, no, it's actually the in between. What is it, like 15 to 18? Like the parents like,
Oh, yeah, that's here too.
they really need to focus on the child. But then when it's like 20, 21, they will like start to give that child a little bit of its own privacy. But then,
You said child for 21.
yeah, child, until 21. Until 21, you're a child, sorry. A kid. Yeah. You can't like, you can't even purchase, you can either purchase a passport by yourself if you're like 18, you have to be 21. You have to be 21.
My mom did the same thing. She went to Germany to Portugal and figure out. We're too like too comfortable there. You need to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, but then you don't make big mistakes.
من الأكبر في القرية.
ضغط
الأيام. واحد يكون متزوج. ربع المرأة جدة
So who will choose this one? Who will choose this one?
Which one?
Nuclear family. Live your own. Live your own.
Like just
Without parents.
What?
So you will live without parents. You? Florian?
What's that? Did you say?
Okay.
But then I would be back and forth, but I want to be by myself.
Do you live by your parents or not? Oh, for me.
That's him. He's always against the flow.
I mean, most people in the world are
In
that
your
way,
country,
right? Most people in the world
Yeah.
live with their families.
in your country, you are going to live with your wife's family, or
In my country,
what's common?
wife live with husband's parents.
Okay.
It's common, it's traditional. But for now, for this day, in this day, it's common to move like nuclear family because they know that
What do you mean nuclear family?
without parents,
Without parents?
without parents. So husband creates his own family.
I see.
In this day, it's common.
It's common in our country, but it depends. There are some situations they need to live, close to their family, especially if they have.
So I think most people they prefer they live closer, but not the same building, the same house.
I think it has some advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah. Pros and cons.
Well, excellent discussion today, Derek. Thank you so much. Nice to have you here with us, and makes it really rich and wonderful discussion. Obviously, a wonderful topic, and we have different points of view, which is